You guys can't fathom how happy I am right now. After watching this show, NXT Takeover 3, Our Evolution, to put how I feel into words in itself will be a daunting task. You guys have to understand. Again, someone like me, if you don't know my story, I came on YouTube doing videos because I truly felt that there was no one in real life that watched or cared about wrestling as much as I did. So I put myself out there on the internet to find fans who loved it just as much as I did. And as of lately, I'm not gonna lie, I was starting to get scared that that wasn't here. I was starting to get scared that the fandom that I have was rare and not a lot of people have it anymore, and it's a reflection of the wrestling business, because the wrestling I loved, I thought was going away, you know, and it was foolish of me to think that way. It really was, because after watching NXT tonight, I was reassured that the wrestling that I love is alive and well, and it's in the future. It is in the future. Triple H, I don't know if you watch my videos, but if you do, dear God, I hope you take over soon. Soon. Okay? Whatever is happening on the main roster should not be happening. What's happening here on NXT is what the main roster should be. It's almost like going from WWE, the main roster, to NXT is a promotion. To me, it would be a promotion, because this is where stars are made. This is where fans get invested into you. This is not developmental. I believe now this is really wrestling here. You can call the main roster whatever you want. You can call it sports entertainment for all I care. I don't care. Quite frankly, if you are a true wrestling fan, NXT is the place you need to be. NXT is the show you should be watching. NXT is the show for wrestling. And hopefully, in the near future, it translates to the main roster, because, dear God, this show was awesome. It was awesome. I'm not going to sit here and say it's the greatest show of all time. No, it was just a very fun, entertaining, engaging, oh my God, what words can I use for it? Just awesome show. Epic. Wonderful. Outstanding. If you have not seen it, what the hell are you doing? Go watch it. Pay the freaking $9.99 and watch this show. Because I guarantee you, once you watch this show of NXT, you will be a fan. You will instantly become a fan. This is wrestling. Let's talk about the show. We open up with the debut match of the former Kevin Steen, now known as Kevin Owens, fighting CJ Parker, and the match didn't go that long. Kevin Owens beat him up pretty bad. I think CJ Parker got in like a very vicious palm strike that busted him open on the ridge of his nose, and you can see the blood just pouring down his face and stuff. I'm happy they let that show, because I felt like it made the show, his debut, a lot more awesome, and made him a lot more tough, because despite him bleeding, nothing changed. He just kept on fighting. He beat CJ Parker with, it's like a push-up powerbomb. But before then, he did this move where he got him into a fisherman suplex and then dropped him like a brain buster on his knee. And I went, oh my God, that was devastating. I like that better than the powerbomb. But the powerbomb will most likely be his finisher, although that brainbuster on his knee should really be his finisher. But, of course, he beat CJ Parker because CJ Parker is the very entertaining enhancement talent on NXT. But he serves it very well. Good debut. Without question. What a way to open him up to the main roster. Then we move on to, I believe, is the Tag Team Championship, right? Yep. Lucha Dragons versus the VaudeVillains. Solid match. Really good contest. I like how the VaudeVillains are starting to get the crowd to, although they're pretty much considered baby faces, but for this feud, I'm guessing they were the heels. I'm not too sure. They're too entertaining for me to be heels. So, it did feel like, for a second there, the crowd, although they were supposed to boo them, I'm going to assume, they started to get behind them more. And I like how Adrian Neville showed some chivalry, and as the Lucha Dragons were coming out for the suicide dive, he pushed Simon Gotch out the way. Simon Gotch. Is it Gouch or Gotch? I'm going with Gotch out the way. And he pretty much saved his partner from being hit, although they still ended up losing, which is fine with me. I think the Lucha Dragons are awesome as tag team champions, and they should go for a while holding those belts. Like I said before in my preview, they can hold that thing all the way up until May and drop it to anybody on the NXT roster, and I'll be fine. I would be fine with it. So many great tag teams on the NXT roster. So many of them. But the Lucha Dragons win this one, and I'm fine with that. Good match. Then we go on to Baron Corbin versus Ty Dillinger. Of course, it's a squash match. He beat him in 40 seconds, I believe. Bull Dempsey distracts him on the outside, and after he beats Ty Dillinger, they just come face to face. So we did not get Baron Corbin versus Bull Dempsey on this show, but we will get them in the future. Good. Save that for later. Don't blow your load all in one show. Hype up the future and give your show more direction. How easy is that? Good Lord. Now comes one of my favorite parts of the show. We get Hideo Itami and Finn Balor versus the Ascension. So the Ascension comes out, and then Hideo Itami comes out, and his new getup is like a combat-styled outfit that reminds me of Scorpion from Mortal Kombat a little bit. It was awesome. But anyways, after he came out, the lights go out, it gets all dark and eerie, there's some red mist all over the arena, and then we see it. We see Finn Balor with his body paint, and it looked sick. It was awesome. I can't describe it, man. You would have to get a picture of it. It was so great that I'm baffled. I was just in awe of it as he was making his entrance, and for like the first 3 minutes, I couldn't think about the match. I was lost in how awesome his body paint looked, and the crowd was chanting, "Marking out," something like that. You know, we're marking out. I don't know what they chanted. They chanted "marking out." It was a great moment. That told me something. Someone who can do that and get that type of reaction is destined to be a big star. I am fully in the corner of Finn Balor. I've always been in the corner of Prince Devitt, but after seeing that and seeing his reaction, and hopefully, if he does move up to the main roster, they let him keep this. But after seeing this, I am sure he will be a top star in WWE. I kind of was sure, but now I'm certain that he will be. I think Prince Devitt, I think Finn Balor is going to kill it on the main roster, as they did in this match. This was a great match. I really loved how this match played out. Great storytelling with, Hideo Itami taking most of the beating from the Ascension and just kept on coming back and kept on coming back. But they kept him away from, Prince Devitt, from, Finn Balor. And that was the story of the entire match. The Ascension was so thrown off by Finn Balor, they fought to keep Hideo away from him as much as possible because he threw him off so bad. But when he finally came into the match, it exploded. It just went crazy. It was awesome. Lots of cool spots. I love how when Hideo Itami attempted the GTS, he attempted to do CM Punk's GTS, and the crowd lost their minds because that move originated from him. It started with him as Kenta. So to see him do it, I think it's cool. And like I said before on Twitter, I hope they give him multiple finishers. Not just the running knee or the double stomp off the top. Give him the GTS. Give him other stuff. Other ways to finish off his opponents. So we can call Hideo Itami the master of 1,000 finishers. That is my nickname for him. Master of 1,000 finishers. Multiple ways he can beat you. That's what's going to make him awesome, in my personal opinion. But of course, the match ends with Finn Balor and Hideo hitting the twin double stomp off the top rope, and they beat him 1, 2, 3. My God. One of the highlights of the night was that body paint by Finn Balor. I might put it here on the screen somewhere. I don't know what I'm going to do. But if I don't put it on the screen, I'm going to give you a link down below to what it looks like. It was awesome. It was great stuff. Great match, too. My God. And it just got better from here. Because after this match, we got the Women's Championship match. I love how Sasha Banks took Charlotte's shirt that usually says, if you're going to do it with flair. You know, playing off her last name. Well, Sasha's shirt looks the same, but on the back it says, you know, if you're going to do it like a boss. And I'm thinking, you know what? She would do something like that. But getting into the match, one thing that I had trouble with when watching NXT matches that had to do with the females, the standard set by Natalya and Charlotte made it really hard for me to just grade the matches as, you know, regular matches or just female matches, because that match showed me that females can be graded on the level of men, can have matches of the quality of men. So watching this match, I was kind of scared that I was going to be too critical on it, because I was going to compare it to Natalya and Charlotte. I have to say, Sasha and Charlotte went out there and, in my opinion, had a better match than Natalya and Charlotte. Now, you may think differently. If you think Natalya versus Charlotte is better, by all means. Here's my thing. To see Sasha go out there and just work an awesome match, taking bumps, like she'll take a spear and then do a backflip, that's stuff men do. You know, or she'll just take bumps and just sell very freaking well with personality and stuff. This chick, Sasha Banks, I've always known she was good. Before this match, I didn't think she was NXT Championship material. But after seeing this match, I am certain now she is definitely NXT Championship material. Sasha, I'm on board. You got me. You got me. You have earned my respect. But, you know, just to see her go out there and just have a great match, you don't expect that. I don't expect that from Sasha. She doesn't have that expectation. Natalya does. She's related to Bret Hart. Charlotte Flair is the daughter of Ric Flair. They have high expectations because of their names. They're supposed to put on great matches. So when they do have a great match, you applaud them for it, but that's expected. You don't expect that match, that type of match, out of Sasha Banks. So when she went out there and did that match, it just shows you the testament of how great a show NXT is and what type of talents we have ready for us coming up to the main roster. I'm excited, man. Great match. Lots of crazy stuff. Sasha Banks did some type of straight jacket long blower where she turned it into a modified surfboard. That was awesome. You see Charlotte do like a backflip off the top and then turn it into a senton. Stuff that we don't see males do It was just crazy. And then it ends with a natural selection off the top rope where she pins Sasha. Excellent match. Not just an excellent female match, an excellent match, period. I love saying that. I love saying this was a good match, period. And now I have to say, this was a good female match for female standards. No. This was a good match, period. And it makes me happy that we're now getting to a time where we can say that. Doesn't it make you happy? It should. Can't wait for the next feud. Guarantee you we're going to get Bayley versus Charlotte again, where Bayley will most likely win at that time. So let's see what happens. Anyways, time for the main event. Where do I start with this one? Wow, a lot of crap happened. I want to say this. Before the match started, well, the match kind of did start, but before they started wrestling, the crowd for like 3 minutes, 2 minutes, were just filled with passion. And they were chanting, Sami Zayn, Sami Zayn, ole, 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 ole. They were feeling it. They were fully behind Sami Zayn. And by the way, he was so swelled up by it that he couldn't do anything. He just looked at him and just smiled, which I would have done too. That was just awesome. This crowd was awesome. This NXT crowd, I mean, they're always awesome, but this one in particular, mind-blowing. It made me feel good about being a wrestling fan. And it reminded me, yes, there are wrestling fans out there. Made me happy. But, you know, that's awesome to see. It's awesome to see that there are legit baby faces in wrestling. Or there can be. Just not on the main roster, unfortunately. Well, not a lot. But then the match happens. I could talk about the action in it, which I probably should, but it's too much to talk about, man. He caught him from a electric chair into a blue thunder bomb. That was awesome. The storytelling of Sami Zayn conflicting with his morals, because there were points in the match where, you know, the referee got knocked out and he went to go help the referee, and then Adrian Neville capitalized on that. Or the belt was inside the ring because Adrian Neville was going to use the belt on Sami Zayn, but Sami Zayn had an opportunity to use it too, and he didn't do it. He dropped the belt, and you can just see why he was holding it. He was conflicted with, okay, should I do it? I mean, I gotta take advantage of this. I want to be champion so badly. And again, this is the type of shit that doesn't happen a lot. And it makes for great baby faces. And John Cena, take freaking notes. This is how you should be, okay? This is what a baby face acts like. I relate to Sami Zayn. Not only do I relate to him, I want to be him. Which, ultimately, if you cover those two things, you know, relatable and someone you want to be, you're good. And Sami Zayn covers that in so many ways. So, you know, he decides not to use the belt, and at the end of the match, he beats him. Sami Zayn is your new NXT World Champion. And great timing. They waited until the crowd wanted it, and then gave it to him. Beautiful. Great. Celebration was awesome. Everyone came out. Kevin Owens came out, hugged him. It felt great. It was a great, great moment. And I'm happy to let him have it right before the heel turn. Kevin Owens, just before the show goes off the air, turns on Sami Zayn. And then he powerbombs him on the hardest part of the ring apron. And then he was knocked out. You see William Regal go out there pissed off. How dare you, Kevin Owens? And he just has this, I love it. It's a psychotic blank stare. And I was like a little kid. I'm thinking, we're going to get it. We're going to get it. It's Generico versus Steen Part 2. Owens versus Zayn. Y'all not ready. You're not ready. No, you're not. Don't tell me you're freaking ready for this feud. This is going to be awesome. This is exactly what I talked about in my preview. Direction. We go from Neville versus Sami Zayn to the next best thing. Owens versus Sami Zayn. It doesn't get any better than that. If you love their feud in ROH from 2010 onward, you're going to love this feud. It's going to be great. I have no reason not to watch NXT. I have to watch it now. This feud is going to be awesome. I cannot wait to see where it goes. This feud is going to be feud of the year in 2015. While NXT has a great direction, it saddens me to say that the WWE doesn't. And you know what? Boo-hoo. NXT is the show for wrestling. Great match, great ending. You have a reason to continue watching. Triple H, take over soon. Seriously, take over this godforsaken company and get it out of the hands of these corporate a-holes that don't know what the hell they're doing. It's time for a new direction for WWE, period. It's time for a new era. And NXT is the cornerstone of that. And I cannot wait until they truly take over. Because this NXT takeover gets 2 thumbs up from your boy, Dillenger, man.